Good day, my name is Mickey Slaria, and today I will be telling you about how to create a fake login page in PHP language, which you can do easily with the sound knowledge of it. And all you need for this is a web server. And in my computer, usually I'm using a WAMP server for this purpose. You can see here the selected one, this WAMP server, and it comes with the package of Apache, PHP, and MySQL, which is a database. So you can download this software from their website, and you can also Google it like WAMP server, search with the term WAMP server. You'll find it definitely, and you can install it directly on your computer. It will install in C drive with a folder www where you will save all your PHP files. So as I have already installed it, so what you will see after installing it is go to your C drive, then a folder called WAMP. They can see a folder www. In this folder you will be storing all your PHP HTML files. Okay, so let us see, these are all the files, PHP files, which I have stored in my web server. And here I have created one folder, fake. So I will be telling you exactly how to create a fake login page in this video tutorial, and I will be storing all the files in this folder called fake, but you can save your files in this root folder itself. Okay, and how to access these files I will tell you later. So let us start. The first job which we need to do is to download the home page of Facebook. Okay, so we will be going to facebook.com. If you are logged in, just log out from there. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so we are logged out. Now this is a login page. Okay, now we need a same login page for our fake login page, which will be fake, but it should look same as it is now. We can see, right? So we can try another thing. We will log in, just type in a random username and then type in random password and log in. Now it is giving you error. Just remove this term and hit enter. Here you can see a simple login page by Facebook. So what all we have to do is go to file and click save page as button. Now it is asking you for location where to save it. Simply select desktop, create a new folder, like we are creating here fake. Now in this folder save these files. Now this file will be saved along with the folder which is login.php underscore files. It will contain all JavaScript files and CSS. It is only for designing purpose. You don't need to edit these files for any purpose. Now this is login.php. Let us click this and let us find out how it exactly looks like. See, it is exactly looking like Facebook login page. So we have a fake login page ready for our fake login site, right? Now what all we have to do is to add a functionality so as to hack user accounts and passwords. So I will tell you in coming time. Now you need to observe one thing here. It is login.php, but it is not a PHP file. See, it is showing Firefox document here. Now if we go to its properties, it will show you that, yeah, it will show you .html extension. So it is just an HTML file, not a PHP. In order to convert it to PHP, we need to open it in a notepad. I'm using notepad++ software here. Okay, so it is open here. Now click save as, go to your, or in same folder, save it as login.php and select from here all types. Just you should get it, like, don't forget to select all types here. Type login.php and select all files and click save. Now go back to the same folder. See, one more file is saved here. Now go to its properties. It is showing .php. Now we have a correct PHP file here, which is login.php. Now do one thing, copy this file and this folder and paste it in the folder which is in www directory in C drive. I'm pasting in a folder fake. Delete login.php. Okay, we won't delete this login.php, or we will doing like, just type localhost. Let us check how it is executing. Fake. My WAMP server is not on. Okay, now my WAMP server is ready, so I can access localhost. It is showing two files and one folder here. One is login.php. Let us click on it. On clicking login.php, we can see this fake login page here. So all we need to edit is this login.php, and don't delete this file, because this file is related to this file somehow, so we won't delete it. Or you can manipulate it in some other way, and if you find a way to delete this one, you can do it. But for example purpose, we're keeping it here as it is, and we will using login.php. Now open this login.php in your notepad. Here press Ctrl F and type here action is equal to. Now you can find this string here. It is written like form id is equal to login form, then action is equal to https facebook.com login.php login attempt is equal to 1, something like this. Remove this string. Excuse. You just need to remove this string from there, and we will be writing here hacked.php. okay, this is some other PHP file, and click save. Now again create a new file and save it as hack.php. Select all types again. Now we have two files, hack.php and login.php here. Now again go to login.php, and here you search for the input fields, which are username and password. You can get them here yourself. Look, you need to look it, and it may take some time. So look for email and password field. Now we can see here our email field is this one. This is our email field. The name of this field is email. It is email. So we will be, it means like the value of username field will be saved in this email, right? Now, and value name of this password field is pass. Just remember these two names, email and pass, and we have set the value, action value, to hack.php. so if someone click on login after writing a username and password, new page will open which will be hack.php. Let us check it here. Go to localhost/hack. I'm typing here hack because I have a folder under www. If you are not creating any folder, you are saving the files under www folder itself, then you don't need to type this hack here. Oops. It is giving some error. Sorry, excuse me, it was fake. So you don't need to type fake or whatever folder it is. Now I'm going to login.php. It is, let us type any random username and any random password here and click login. See, it is going to the file hack.php. Now all we need to do is grabbing the username and password values on this page and saving them in a database. For that purpose, let us create a database first in our phpMyAdmin. Go to localhost / phpMyAdmin. Now here you can see a GUI. Just type a new database name. Let us name it as fake and click create. It is created. Now you need to create another table. So let us name it as Facebook, and all fields you will be needing basically is two fields. One will be username, another will be password, and the type as text normally, because it can be a numerical one. Username can contain both numeric and alphabetical values, right? So select text for both and click save. Great. So we have created one table named Facebook, and it is under a database called fake. Now here we have to practice a little bit of PHP trick. In hack.php we have to gather values, right? So just write opening and closing tags of PHP. Now let us confirm whether it is grabbing the values or not. So we can do it like echo and underscore post. And what was the name of the username field? Let us check it here. It was email, and name of the password field is pass, right? So we have to write here as email and echo and underscore post. Pass and close the bracket with a semicolon. Okay, this should be a form. Echo statement used to print email and to print pass. So save it here. Now again go to your local host /fake. Go to login.php. Type any random username password. Click login. See, here it is printing username and password as well. It is not well formatted. We can format it by using command. It is HTML tag generally, which is br, right? So save it again and again resend it simply. See, now this is username, this is password. So you are getting the username and password of the user to this page. Now all you need is to save this username and password in your database, which you can see anytime by opening your database, or you can create another PHP page which will be extracting all the values from the database and will be showing you in another page. You can name it as like show passwords.php, right? So we will be saving these values in database. For that purpose, let us write some commands. Not commands exactly, those are PHP codes to connect to the database and table, and then executing queries, which is like insert into the table name values with all the values which have grabbed. So let us write those statement syntaxes here. We will remove this one and we will be writing this. This code is used to connect to the database, and we have to configure these sets here. We have database host, which used to be localhost generally, unless you have configured it by your own, and user will be by default root, and there won't be any password, so keep it blank. Don't even leave a space like this, just leave it blank. Now the database which we have created in localhost was fake, so we will be writing here fake. Now this will execute the command with these variables and will check whether it can connect to a database or not. If it could not connect, then it will show this error, and this one will select the database, and if it could not, then it will show this error. So let us make confirm that whether it is connecting to a database or not. We will be going to hack.php again, it is not showing any error, it is blank, so it means it is connected to the getting connected to the database. So now we will be grabbing all the values in a variable. We will be saving username value in one variable and password value in another variable. For this one, just write $sign. It is compulsory while declaring any variable in PHP. So we will name it as user is equal to an underscore post, and name was email, and another variable will say password value. We'll name it as pass $sign underscore post, and it was pass. The field name was pass, if you remember, in login.php. Now let us check whether these variables are grabbing the correct value or not. So we will be writing echo and user and echo $sign pass. Now what the job they should do is grab the values, assign those values to these variables, and print the values of these variables to make confirm that they works. So again, let us refresh the page. See